The cafeteria of the Stellar Harmony, humanity's first joint venture station with the Galactic Council, hummed with the chittering, whizzing, and warbling of 100 different species. Catherine sat alone at a corner table, methodically working through her meal, a protein pack that would have killed most species on the station through sheer caloric density alone. She didn't look up when the shadow fell across her table. Well, came the translated voice of Zilthar, a Vrokan enforcer whose species had dominated 3 sectors before humanity's arrival. The little Deathworlder thinks she can eat with civilized beings. Catherine continued chewing, her gray eyes fixed on her datapad. Around them, the cafeteria grew quieter. Other species pulled back, creating a widening circle of space. No one interfered when Vrokan started something. Their exoskeletons could shrug off most small arms fire, and their territorial aggression was legendary. Zilthar's 3 companions, all Vrokan, spread out behind him. Each stood nearly 8 feet tall, their chitinous bodies gleaming under the station's lights. Catherine, at 5'6", barely came up to their thoraxes. "Did you hear me, soft skin?" Zilthar leaned down, his mandibles clicking with amusement. "Or are humans as stupid as they are fragile?" Catherine took another bite, still not looking up. Clark, her assigned partner from Earth's diplomatic corps, watched from across the room with growing tension. He'd tried to warn her about the Vrokan. They'd been testing human boundaries since the station opened, pushing, prodding, seeing how far they could go. Command wanted peaceful integration. They wanted humans to turn the other cheek, but Clark knew something the aliens didn't. Catherine wasn't from Earth's gleaming cities or comfortable colonies. She was from Titan's deep stations, where a hull breach was a daily possibility, and the pressure outside could crush starships. She was from a place where soft meant dead. Zilthar's patience, never his strong suit, evaporated. He slammed a clawed limb down on Catherine's datapad, cracking the screen. "Look at me when I'm speaking to you." The cafeteria went completely silent. Catherine slowly raised her eyes. She didn't stand, didn't change her relaxed posture. She simply looked at the Vrokan with the same expression. One might give a particularly stupid stain on the carpet. "Move your claw," she said quietly, her voice barely above a whisper. Zilthar's mandibles spread in what passed for a Vrokan smile. Around the cafeteria, beings from 100 worlds watched. This would be a lesson, they thought. A reminder that humans, for all their strange resilience, were still prey species playing at being predators. "Make me." Deathworlder, Catherine's hand moved. It didn't look fast to her, but the laws of physics on Earth, 1G of constant pressure, crushing atmosphere, brutal evolutionary competition had made humans something else entirely. What looked like a casual reach to Catherine was a blur to everyone else. Her fingers wrapped around Zilthar's neck ridge, just below what passed for his skull. The Vrokan had time to register surprise before Catherine applied pressure with her thumb, finding the precise spot where the exoskeleton plates met. "I said move it." Zilthar tried to pull back, but Catherine's grip was iron. The Vrokan warrior, veteran of a dozen campaigns, suddenly found himself unable to break free from a seated human half his size. He brought his other limb up to strike, but Catherine caught it with her free hand. Still sitting, still calm, his 3 companions surged forward, but Clark was already moving, his hand raised in warning. "Don't, seriously don't." The other Vrokan hesitated. Something in the human male's tone, not threat, but genuine concern, stopped them. Zilthar was making a high-pitched keening sound now, his body beginning to spasm. Catherine hadn't increased pressure. She hadn't needed to. She'd found the nerve cluster, the one weak point in Vrokan anatomy that could override their considerable pain tolerance. "Here's what's going to happen," Catherine said, her voice still that same quiet, almost conversational tone. "You're going to apologize. You're going to pay for my datapad. And you're going to understand something very important." She leaned forward slightly, and every being in the cafeteria leaned with her. "Transfixed. I'm from a world where the air is poison. The pressure would crush you. And the native life evolved specifically to kill things like me. My ancestors didn't climb to the top of the food chain by being the biggest or the strongest. We did it by being the most stubborn, creative, and absolutely relentless species that ever evolved." She applied a fraction more pressure, and something in Zilthar's neck ridge made a soft cracking sound. We're persistence hunters. Do you know what that means? It means that on my world, we didn't chase our prey until it was tired. We chased it until its heart exploded from exhaustion. We chased it until it lay down and died rather than run another step around the cafeteria. Beings from worlds with 0, 3G gravity and carefully controlled environments felt their various analogs of spines tingle. So when you call me soft, when you call me fragile, you're making a fundamental mistake about what humans are. Catherine's gray eyes were cold as Titan's methane lakes. We're not strong in spite of coming from a death world. We're strong because of it. Every single day, just existing on Earth tried to kill our ancestors. And every single day, we said no. The cracking sound came again, louder this time. Zilthar's exoskeleton was actually fracturing under the pressure from Catherine's thumb. Now apologize. Zilthar's translator struggled with the Vroken's panicked keening. I apologize. I apologize. Catherine released him immediately, pulling her hand back to her fork. Zilthar stumbled backward, his companions catching him, all for backing away with their optical organs wide. Your credit chip, Catherine said, pointing at her broken datapad with her fork. For the replacement. With trembling limbs, Zilthar placed his chip on the table and fled. His companions scrambling after him. The cafeteria remained frozen for a long moment. Then, slowly, the usual sounds resumed. Conversations restarted. Beings returned to their meals. But there was a new quality to the atmosphere, a new understanding. Clark approached Catherine's table, shaking his head with a mixture of exasperation and admiration. Command's going to hear about this. Let them. Catherine swiped Zilthar's credit chip and returned to her meal. Maybe now people will stop testing whether humans belong here. She was right. After that day, the challenges stopped. The whispers changed. Where before aliens had spoken of humans as curious novelties, soft beings from a hard world, now they spoke with something else. Respect. Fear. Understanding. The Deathworld girl had made her point without even standing up. And across the Galactic Council, a new appreciation for humanity began to spread. Not just for their technology or their ambition, but for something more fundamental on Earth. Survival wasn't a gift. It was something you earned every single day, with every breath in an atmosphere that could kill you 1,000 different ways. And those who survived that became something the galaxy had never quite seen before. They became human.